Hey yo, peace and one. This is Malcolm Young. Just sitting out here trying to figure out whether or not I'm going to use what I'm doing for Young Hellions as far as my business is concerned. And one of the things that came to me, as I was working on my inventory and preparing for the spring, maintain your integrity, and loyalty will return. Maintain your integrity, and loyalty will return. That's something that, as I'm moving through life and I'm experiencing life, there's lessons, you know what I'm saying? What I consider, or what is called more or less spiritual lessons. And spiritual lessons are an understanding of the energies that are moving back and forth between individuals. When you can see that exchange is one individual may have codependent tendencies or characteristics that's enabling the individual that they're having an exchange with, but an individual that they're having an exchange with is working off a trauma that they themselves haven't even taken the time to acknowledge themselves. They just project. The spiritual lessons is what is the root? What is the root of those actions? It could be envy, jealousy, lust, hate. It's one of those four that causes the friction. Slightly percentage of this, slightly percentage of that. Not all of, but those tendencies. If it takes faith, is the size, they say that starts with the size of a mustard seed, but the mustard plant grows, very huge. It's this huge plant after it springs out. Well, if you seed, it said faith as the seed. Faith. So what are other types of seed? Hate is a seed. So that too is something that can seed within you. It's in all of us. I myself speak of it in the essence of myself, as far as maintain integrity, and loyalty will come or will return or will follow. I didn't write this down. I'm inspired. It's coming to me. So we're learning at the same time here. What is it that in your life you may have found that you lack? I didn't say don't have, I said lack integrity. Where do you lack integrity? What part of yourself do you lack integrity? Whatever part of yourself, like yourself, like you sit down, you say, you know what, I really like myself, but I lack integrity in, you fill in the blank. You see what I'm saying? You fill in that blank. But by doing that on a daily basis, that itself will kind of give you an understanding of what type of individual you really are. That's where the true beginning of the spiritual lesson begins, because you were born by yourself. That means the spiritual lessons is something that you learn by yourself, not alone, and I have to read a book with, or I have to read a book with 20 other people to gain my spiritual self. No, you only thing you got to do is just not be alone, but be present with yourself. Just be present with yourself. You in the inner city? I've never really been in the inner city. I've seen parts of what is like a metropolis, but not like inner city living. But when you're on a subway or on a bus or whatever it is, how many people zone out? They sitting around people, they billions of people every day moving past each other, breathing all types of air. But they know how to sit within themselves, contain themselves. You can meditate in those times when you're contained. It's not that you have to go to a retreat 2,000 miles away. It's just that you have to sit contained. Just contained. If you know how to contain yourself, then of course you're going to live a more prosperous life. Whether you are good or evil, you're going to still live a prosperous life, because prosperity doesn't choose. The law of prosperity doesn't choose who's doing what when they feed from that tree of good and evil. life and death. You go to that tree, it's not even a tree of life and death. The tree of good and evil. But if you're moving towards everything that you're doing towards the tree of life, towards the tree of light, the tree of light and light, life and light. It's a tree. So if you establish that in your system, the tree of life and light, then you can kind of see, oh wow, if I get in there and I juggle with hate on one person's side, hate and envy on one person's side, and then the other person's side, they're just trying to get through their codependencies. Neither one of those people are healed. None of those people are woke. They're not in the exchange. You can see one or the other not trying to maintain any form of integrity. It's the form of integrity to oneself. Loyalty will return, loyalty will come, or loyalty will follow. Why do I say that? We've all have choices. Everything we do is a choice. Everything we do is a choice. Me getting on this little Radio Shack walkie-talkie to me, because that's what I see, you know, that they put a face on. You know what I'm saying? They ain't had nothing like this during Star Trek days, like William Shatner Star Trek days. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm given the opportunity as an introvert, because I have an introverted, hermetic nature about me. That's just natural at my base level. So I don't have anybody around me talking to me about this and that. And when I bring things up, the outside world doesn't even consider it as, you know, a subject of thought. So I use these video logs so that I can really maintain an integrity to myself, because what I know, what I'm seeing, and what should be spoken, just even unto myself, is very important. You know, it's just always important, no matter how you look at it. What you say unto yourself, that's the integrity. That's the integrity you have for yourself. If you're demoralizing and degrading and saying, well, I might as well just go and get this part of my body stretched or rubbed, or, you know, taste something or put something in my mouth, or whatever it is, some of the five senses, instead of dealing with yourself, then it's like maintain integrity, man. Maintain integrity to yourself. If you maintain integrity to yourself, just a pinch of integrity. Just a pinch of integrity within yourself. And then you will see your life begin to change. Yeah, you're going to go through ups and downs, because people are who they are. They're going to be who they are. Those people are going to still maintain one, whatever they caught up in, the other one caught up in within. And then there's an entanglement, so to speak, from, you know, whatever results from that, that's not positive, because they're both unhealed. They're both unhealed. So if you're able to understand this message, that means, you know, just try to maintain, just do your best every day you wake up. You know, thank the Most High that you're breathing, and then, you know, maintain your integrity, man. You know, maintain integrity to yourself, you know. And loyalty will follow, meaning, you know, the loyalty follows because if you instruct yourself, you're instructing yourself to show integrity. If you're cooking, your integrity is your integrity to yourself is grabbing that hot pot with something, you know, in your hand, so that the handle doesn't scald your fingers. You're showing loyalty to your hand. You're showing integrity to your hand. The hand is loyal because it's saying, oh yeah, you're protecting me. So you have no conscious effort of, okay, should I even try to touch it now that I have the pan mitten on? Should I be afraid to touch the hot skillet? It's like, no, you don't do that in your mind. You already have protected your hand, giving your hand the authority to maintain the loyalty of the action. It's the same thing in people. It's the same thing in people. Somebody will sit back and watch how you go up and you say, yo, 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 y'all chill, man, y'all chill, you know, and you diffuse. You diffuse them, and then you're gonna sit back down and go back to reading your book. You don't think nothing else of it. But 100 other people saw you do that. That sends out a shockwave of, okay, that's how I can do that. That's how loyalty follows. Because when people see that and they say, wow, that works, loyalty follows. So give it a shot, man. Give it a shot, you know, just unto yourself. Even if this is just no more than speaking to myself about, you know, what I should be inspired to do as far as, you know, maintaining integrity to myself, and then loyalty will follow. You know, and at a deeper spiritual level, when you maintain integrity to yourself and you try to absolve yourselves um, of karmic influences, meaning, you know, things that come into you, dart in and out your life that, you know, makes you want to respond in a certain way that gets you caught up in what that's doing, what that was. You won't even, you was just coloring your crayon book, and next thing you know, you in the hospital. You trying to figure out why the fuck you in the hospital, because somebody else was doing some stupid shit. They ain't had nothing to do with you. But if we learn to exercise integrity to ourselves, we wouldn't go to the limits of getting ready to harm the next person's avatar. Even verbally, we'll just be like, okay, what do we need to do to squash that? Even within yourself, you're gonna say that. You're gonna say that first. Okay, well, what I gotta do to squash that feeling? I'm mad as fuck, but what I gotta do to squash that feeling? It don't necessarily mean you have to now execute judgment on someone. It don't necessarily mean that. It could be that if that's what's required. You know what I'm saying? But it don't necessarily mean that. Continue to study yourself, man. You know, I ain't gonna take it no further than that. Malcolm Young, peace of one.